Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Hazril bin Zakaria, and my groupmate is Muhammad Zameer Faeq bin Muhammad Helme, Muhammad Alif Ismath bin Abdul Rahman, and Amirul Syahmi bin Fadzhalizam. So today in our EMT project, we will be doing the electromagnetic fidget spinner. This project is based on a brushless DC motor or BLCD. So for our project, the brushless DC motor is a synchronous motor that convert DC electrical energy to mechanical energy. As its name suggests, this motor lack the typical commutator and brush found in brush DC motor. Another distinguished feature of the BLCD is the inversion of typical stator and rotor configuration with the fixed armature winding, electromagnetic, acting as the stator and the permanent magnet acting as the rotor. The operation of BLCD is based on the force and the reaction between the electromagnetic stator and the permanent magnetic rotor. Applying DC current through the armature winding energizes it and turns it into an electromagnet which may repel or attract the permanent motor depending on the relative position of the two. To keep the rotor spinning in one direction, it is necessary to only turn on the appropriate coils to each phase of the motor by controlling the switch of the power supply with a controller. In this project, a simple PLCD is built and designed using easily available materials. A reed switch is used to control the switching electromagnetic. So, in this project, this is the top view and fidget spinner close-up of our project. So, in this part, we use a 3 volt power supply using normal batteries, a reed switch, a switch, a fidget spinner with magnet attached to it, and the coils, which have 170 turns, a copper coil. So the reed switch is placed perpendicularly with the magnet, and also the copper coil um is also placed perpendicularly to the fidget spinner and the magnet. So next, the derivation of force acting on the fidget spinner. So in this project, torque is generated by interaction between the magnetic field of the electromagnet and the permanent magnet. In this part, we will use the Bion-Savant law (BSL) to find the appropriate expression of the B field of the permanent magnet. As you can see here, we have drew the magnetic field that that we think that is the correct way of the magnetic field of in our project. So next, I will be passed to Amir Shami to discuss about the function of the reed switch.
Hi, I am Amirul Syahmi and I will be presenting about magnetic reed switch as position sensor. Detection of the position of the fidget spinner is achieved by the use of a magnetic reed switch. The reed switch is a switch that closes and allows current flow when a magnet is brought in close proximity. The reed switch is placed relative to the fidget spinner. This ensures that the current flows in the coil and repel the permanent magnet only in this particular position. In other positions, the reed switch is open and no current flows through the coil. Thus, no force is exerted on the fidget spinner. However, the spinner would continue to spin in the same direction due to its inertia.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Alif Ismath, and I will presenting about the diode as precaution against inductive flyback. So, as we know that we have the copper coil, copper coil. So, the copper coil behave as an inductive load. As the fidget spinner spins, the red switch is closed and open rapidly. When the red switch is open, current flow does not stop instantaneously. To maintain the current flow, the inductance of the coil generates a large flyback voltage across the air gaps at the contact of the red switch. This voltage spike creates a spark that may damage the contacts of the red switch. The solution to this problem is a diode connected on parallel with the coil to provide a low resistance pathway for the flyback current to dissipate safely. And thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Zameer Faeq and I will explain the advantage and application of brushless DC motor. So the advantage is the lack of the physical brush and the commutator in a smaller and lighter motor that is easier to connect. Next, it does not experience the wear and the tear issue so often that found in brush DC motor. Next, because there is no friction between the brush and the commutator, the brush has a longer lifespan and more operate quietly and more efficiency. Next, the commutator did not experience the electrostatic charge EST. So the application of the brushless DC motor we can find at the automobile, office equipment, hard disk, factory automation, and medical equipment. So the conclusion, this experiment which consists of enable coated copper wire, a fidget spinner, a magnetic reed switch, 3 neodymium magnet, and a communication interface has been truly built and tested. The outcome can be used to back up the theoretical analysis, and we can understand the basic electromagnetic principle behind this experiment would contribute to an engineer abilities. That's all from me. Thank you.